What up?
Welcome to the first episode of Mockingbird Chronicles.
Hello.
I am
Hello,
Funky Monkey, also known as Brian, and this handsome man on the other side, Mr. Captain
I
Ahab.
am Kaplan Ahab, also known as Justin.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It felt right to have that in your
Yeah.
introduction. I just like a really soulful man. Just oh yeah, Kaplan Ahab. So yeah, we started. Figured it'd be cool to start making these videos because not only do I enjoy playing Minecraft, but this is more or less just like a video. We're not like a video podcast, if you will. It's a recording of just us talking of anything and everything, from maybe a little bit of Minecraft play to talking about life, talking about like experiences as a whole, just whatever comes to mind, we're rolling with it. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And it has been. I mean, it's like a every Sunday thing for us. It's every once a week. And Justin, how long would you say we've been playing Minecraft?
Oh man, I think we started, it's been like 2012 or something, man. Right? I feel
That's
like it's been a long time.
a pretty solid guess. Not gonna lie. It's I know it was we started playing on the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
That
Way back in
yeah, no kidding. Now, Minecraft definitely isn't our very first game that captured our hearts, if you will. It's definitely not the OG. We cut our teeth on Halo.
the day. Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, and we're talking from the first one, going to the second one, the third one, fourth. Like, I mean, we're talking LAN parties, having friends come over, and I'm sure some of y'all listening. If you ever had LAN parties, you can just imagine having a butt ton of friends coming into your house. Everybody piled up on top of one another, trying to squeeze in on the four people to one TV. Then you connect that to another TV and Xbox, and man, I mean, just so much you know pubescent boys in one room. All of us. Like, looking back, I'm like, man, I kind of feel sorry for our parents. Having all of us
Yeah.
teenage boys in there, you know, playing, farting, and eating Mountain Dew, drinking Mountain Dew and eating
So
Doritos
much
like it's
Mountain
going
Dew.
out of. Oh, gee. I'm literally surprised we have teeth.
Yeah,
Let
dude.
alone us living in Kentucky. We live in central Kentucky, so I mean, you would assume that we, yeah, typically we don't have teeth and we lack a decent education.
I have most of my teeth left.
Yeah,
You gotta give me some credit.
yeah. Likewise. I mean, I've had to have like permanent teeth removed,
Yep.
but that was just like I had like crowding when I was like a teenager, and in order to get braces, they had to like remove some of my teeth. But nonetheless, like yeah, I'm right there with you. I've got most of my teeth. Shut up, sheep. It's so funny. I'm so distracted and like talking and whatnot. I forgot what my goal was. I was doing something in the game. Can't remember what I was doing. Like, so yeah, Minecraft is obviously if some of y'all are watching, you're like, wow, you guys are playing on a PS4. You can do a lot better if you had console, or a lot better if you had not console, PC. Which yeah, we absolutely could. However, like I said, this is what we cut our teeth on. We started doing this all on platforms with, from Xbox to PS4. It's just something that we've always enjoyed. We like we like the idea of the free range of endless possibilities on PC, but I think I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion on this, but for me, I given that much freedom, I feel like it would just overwhelm me, like so much at once, you know. Not to say I wouldn't like it, but it's like I've seen videos of people just like having a gigantic sword, or they're having missile launchers and all this crap, just because they modded it out the ass. I'm like, God, it's cool, but I'm like, oh, it's just so much at once. I'm just enjoy the simplicity of it.
Now, the version that we're playing on is the old, quote-unquote, PS4 version of Minecraft. They have come out with a new Bedrock version, but we've tried that out, and it's laggy, and there's just different features, so we're, for the time being at least, I think we're sticking with this old PS4 version.
This is true.
And ties into what you were saying, Brian, like, this version's not getting updated, it's not getting any new features, but part of it is that, well, we're still having a great time, like, with what we have. And yeah, maybe it'd be nice to get some new, nether blocks or something like that, but we're gonna have a good time.
We're simplistic men. We're happy with what we have.
Yep. Absolutely.
Now, it may or may not happen this episode, but there is a good chance that in the future we will have cameos of other friends that we grew up. So, kind of backing up the thing here, so the Mockingbird Chronicles, the name comes from the neighborhood that we essentially grew up around. Down the street from Mockingbird, which is the neighborhood, down the street was a road called Three Forks. That's where I grew up. And then on the other side of this was another neighborhood called Cherry Trace, where Justin lived. And, oh, my baked apples are done. Oh, son. And then in between was the neighborhood Mockingbird Hill. So it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, hey, if we're going to be making these videos, it'd be kind of cool to pay, I don't say homage, but like it'd be cool to, have like the, the neighborhood that we grew up in and have that in the name, and just kind of go from there. And the apples.
You got some tasty apples there, Brian?
Oh, I'm about to pull them out. They smell heavenly. They smell like a typical, like, cinnamon apple, like, candle that you could buy at a store. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh. They're going to be hot as balls. Know this. So, definitely not going to dive in head first, per se, as much as I want to. But they do look fantastic. So yeah, that's where the name comes from. And the friends that we had in the area, like I said, there's a good chance that we'll have cameos of them. Because I told them about it, I told Shane, I told Meatloaf, and a few others. I was like, hey, we're going to be recording now whenever we do Minecraft Sunday. So, if you see us on, I was like, don't be scared, just hop right in. Join us, Shane said he was down for it.
More the merrier.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how Shane, he might have a different cameo. Last time he came in, he was Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, we'll see. So
we might have guests like Stone Cold Steve Austin on the program. You never know.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that, so the newer version of Minecraft, you can actually change your character. Whereas most of the time you're just playing as different variances of Steve, or just different characters as a whole, kind of base characters. But with the new one, you can actually create your own character and design them how you want. And so whenever we were trying it out, Shane hopped on with us, and he's like, hey, what's up? No, he didn't say hey. He hopped in the party saying hey, but by the time he made his character, we're like, oh, you hopping on? He said, yeah. So he gets on, and the second he gets into our game, we hear, hell yeah, like playing Minecraft. Like, what the fuck? What is he on about? We turn around, and he's dressed his character to look just like Stone Cold. Oh, it was great. It was great. what would be cool is like in the future, like for the people, like there's not much to watch right now. Like this is definitely more of a podcast to be hearing. 'Cause if you're watching the video, you'll see me doing absolutely jack shit, walking around aimlessly. Like eventually I'll be going on about something here. Most of the time I will, which I do actually. Well, thinking about it now, I do need to continue building the office tower. I definitely need to be getting back on track. I got a little distracted. We get Minecraft ADD. We get distracted about one thing, and like, oh look at this. I want to do that. Oh look at that. I want to do this.
Just got a hankering for corporate life, huh, Brian? Now build your giant office tower. Are we gonna put like Tudor ink on the top?
You know that would be cool. I don't. I don't know if. I don't know. Like the only way you can actually get so the only way you can actually type it out is if you get like signs to put up there. So if you put signs up there, that'd be kind of hard to tell what it said.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, because as big the building is, I'd have to make it stand out. Just so I'd have to actually spell it out in blocks. And here's the office tower. And it's just a random ass tower, really. It's not so much office per se. Sliding glass doors, go in, the scaffolding elevator. It still has yet to be furnished, but in the process, we got one employee so far. It's Brown Lama that's been here for a while.
He's pretty lazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I spends too much time in the break room, really.
Yeah.
You figure the least he could do is at least like clean the coffee pot or something, but you just can't get good employees these days.
Nope.
What's sad is that kind of goes hand in hand with like real life too. It really does. like, I get it. We've all been young once. We've all had a first job. We've all, you know, we were young. We didn't have the work ethic that we have now. We didn't have that, you know, that same mentality. So, basically, like, so where I work at, I work on elevators. I'll come in after the construction crew puts them in, and I'll final test them, if you will. I'm an adjuster, so I'll come in and I'll adjust them accordingly to make sure that the doors open and close automatically, or they close as they should. They're fine tuning, if you will. You don't want to be hitting the 2 button and it taking you to the 4th floor, you know. But you know, we fade in and out of people so much, like a bunch of kids. I won't say kids, but like, you know, younger cats, because we have a temp agency, and you know, which, like I said, they'll come in, and a lot of times they fade out within a week or two, because it's not what they expect. Which I get it. Construction life is hard. I used to do it before I did this, and it's not for everybody. But it just sucks because, like I said about the whole work ethic thing, it's like, yeah, you hope that you'll get someone good, but you have to really weed out about 10, 15 people just to get 1 or 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Got to try walking into the kitchen get these apples.
Are they at an appropriate temperature there?
Well, I'm about to burn my hand on it regardless because I'm starving. In the future, it'd be real cool. I'm just kind of spitballing here, going from one thing to the next here. But in the future, like I said in the video, you guys are just watching me play. It'd be real cool if we could set it up to where you both see, like, one screen is me and then the other screen is Justin. You know, for if whoever's watching, if they enjoy watching it, or if they just hear, enjoy, listen to us ramble.
I must say, that is what I do a lot of the times when I'm doing dishes, when I'm sweeping the floors, making the bed. Usually it is a YouTube video just playing on the background. Can't even watch it, but I'm just listening. So it was very nice to have that kind of media out there to enjoy.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people do that too. Like they'll throw on YouTube in the background, either they're cleaning or they're doing something productive, just because it's background noise.
Hmm.
So another reason why I decided to start recording this is like not only uh, will it be great for us to be able to, like you said, to come back and reminisce on these videos, to hear us playing and talking and whatnot, but so myself and Justin have been friends for years, like we mentioned before,
Hmm.
and we done a lot of things together since we were kids, growing up, since we got older, became teenagers, became adults, and then you know, uh, we split ways. We moved away. I went to military, and then he went to college, and then came back home for a little while, and then now he's living down in Arkansas. And so, even though we're miles from one another, we still try and keep up with one another. We still talk, and what's been kind of unique about it all is that you know we've been able to talk about our life experiences and what's led us to where we are now. And like I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to have this is to not only reminisce on us and to look back in the future and say, hey, we had a great time, but to like just talk about like life experiences that not only that we've gone through, but that other
Hmm.
people are going through too, and then try and point out similarities that we all have to say, hey, look, I went through this. Maybe whoever's listening, they might be able to share, common interests or share common mentalities to say, hey, I know what he was going through. Yada yada. Or hey, that's how that turned out. Like it's because that's the whole kind of premise behind like podcasts is like you listen to everyone's different thoughts, everyone's opinions, and what just
Hmm.
their experiences and what makes it or as a whole enjoyable.
I do agree.
All right, first bite into this baked apple here. I'm trying to put my mic on mute here. I don't know. That'll be great on the receiving end.
Slurp up some tasty apples there with your straw.
Like God forbid that's the actual sound I make when I eat these. Somebody be listening in, and then mom opens the door.
Yeah,
What are you listening
put it through a blender. Oh man.
to? Well, I mean to be fair, we are playing Minecraft, so I mean I'm just gonna be eating it and sounding like Steve. So
I was eating some bread or chicken wings.
yeah.
All right, man. It's about bedtime.
Mm, mm. Oh
Oh, I
man.
just had some leftover coffee and a one of those El Monterey jalapeno burritos.
Oh, how's that?
Thankfully, there was no plastic bits in it.
There were no plastic bits in it.
Yeah. Have you heard about that? Some of the
No.
other flavors of those burritos, they had to be recalled because I guess somehow there's little plastic pieces wound up
Huh.
getting in the burritos. So I'm definitely careful when I chew. But they're so cheap. Make
Wow,
a
no
good
kidding.
breakfast. Like $1 a burrito. There's your breakfast, bam. You know, may or may not contain plastic pieces, but
This may
it's a
or may
risk
not
I'm
kill you,
willing
but
to take.
that's what I was going to say. I was like,
Yeah.
it's quite the risk, but hey, you'll be
Yeah.
happy. I did that Friday, so we were working outside, and it's been cold, real cold, and I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to. I say I'm more on the vegetarian side, not so much pure vegan. Pure vegan's hard, cutting out dairy, it's hard. But Friday came, like I said, I've been doing really good on not eating meat and staying away from most processed stuff. I'm doing it just because I work out and I'm anxious to see how this will help my body perform when I do specific exercises. And so far, I'm seeing myself having more energy, so that right there is a plus. But nonetheless, Friday came, we were working outside. It was cold. I was not happy. I mean, I was, but whatever. It's one of those like outdoor elevators that's like goes across the pedway, like across the main highway.
Oh yeah.
So they wanted an elevator out there to kind of like go up and walk across, come back down, you know. So we're out there, we're fine tuning it and whatnot. And it's cold, and it came lunchtime, and I bring my lunch every day. But I looked at my lunch bucket, my lunch box, and I was like, well, I got nuts and fruits and a banana and a protein bar, and I'm cold as balls. Fuck this. I'm getting something else. And Daniel's like, oh, Daniel's the guy I work with. He's like, well, I want to get Wendy's because I want some chili right now. I'm cold. I'm like, God damn it, yes. I want chili too. I don't care if it's got meat in it. That chili might as well have plastic chili in it, or plastic beans in it. But, motherfucker, it hit the spot. I was like, yes, I want warmth. I don't care. Throwing my diet out the window. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice whatever you're trying to do to make the soul happy. And these apples are pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta say, what kind of apple makes a good baked apple?
No.
And like, you got some Granny Smith, you got some Honeycrisp.
Oh, well, yeah, well, in the recipe book, it calls for either Granny Smith or I had another option in there I didn't remember. But to me, I think it's a personal preference. You know, whatever kind of apple you like. Me personally, I'm a Honeycrisp fan. I can do the Granny Smiths. Sometimes they're a little too sweet for me, but at the same time, still a decent apple. Now, if you hand me a Gala, I'm gonna throw it in your face. I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. I hate Galas. It's just the texture. They're too soft. Garbage. They're good to be chucked. That's their whole purpose. But because I like a good crisp. I like a good like. I'm gonna bite into it and it's just got that good that crunch to it. I don't want to just bite into it and I just kind of mush down. You know, like I don't. That's not what I want.
You don't want a soggy apple, what?
No.
Unless it's baked.
Well, and that's what's funny is that, yeah, these are like super soggy, but there's, I mean, obviously I've fucking baked them, so they're going to be soft.
Yeah.
Whereas, well, so I would say that if you were to make these baked apples with a Gala, I don't know if a Gala would hold up because they are a little bit softer, which I'm sure they would probably still cook the same. I just think that they would be more of the softer texture. Maybe. I mean, that's something worth trying, but...
Yeah. I gotta say, because that things you make, like, use, like, what, 4 apples for it?
Yeah. You
could do, like, a different type of apple. Do, like, 4 different types of apples or something. Crazy idea. But...
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that bite was a little bigger than I expected. Yeah, I like that idea. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, like, trying 4 different apples next time. Like, on that same principle, I feel like that's a lot of what, I mean, life is getting older. Like, nothing, you and I both share that same mentality, which is, well, I mean, just because it worked out that way for one person, don't mean it's going to be the same for me. Like, yeah, there's some common denominators that'll make it similar, but at the same time, the outcome can still be different. Just because you say it might do this or it might do that doesn't mean it will. So a lot of times it will, depends on what you're trying to do. But somebody could sit there and be like, well, you know, I could sit there and tell you that the Gala's not going to cook the same. But you're like, well, you don't know. Try it. Just because it's going off based off my opinion, because I'm not a fan of them. But hey, you don't. I won't know until I actually try it. And I feel like life is the same way. You can sit there and tell me things are going to turn out a certain way, but you don't know until you actually put it to the test.
I have been wrong many times. I have to admit.
Yeah.
Now, so Brian's doing the vegetarian diet, and you're trying a lot of new recipes, a lot of different stuff. I have been doing I've been getting the meal plan kits from HelloFresh.
Product placement.
Yeah, no, right. It's sponsor us. But I have really enjoyed. I enjoy actually cooking the food. I enjoy eating the food that I cook, but I do not enjoy finding the recipe, figuring out exactly what I need to buy. It's a pain. It's frustrating. So, anyways, I've really enjoyed the HelloFresh, and part of that is the different recipes that they make available. Like, are a lot
They
of
got a lot to
things
choose
that
from too, don't they?
yeah, they've like 20 or 25 recipes a month or a week.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But I enjoy it because they have options for different types of food that I probably wouldn't usually enjoy, to be honest. Like I'm not a big mushroom eater, but they include mushrooms in some of the recipes, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it, and some of the stuff's pretty good. So I'm trying a lot of different food, different types of food. I'm trying to be adventurous, and yeah, some of them I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get that again because that tastes crap. But
That tastes like shit.
I'm I used to be a real picky eater, trying to be a little more adventurous. So
I feel like that's just a. I feel like people just need to venture out like that in their life. Period. Like it kills me to be around people who are just so naive, to just be so one-sided. To be like, well, I'm not gonna eat that food because it's got green in it or it's got yellow in it. It just looks gross. I get it. I've seen food before and I see it. I'm like, yeah, it looks gross. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try it because I have seen funny looking food and it turned out to be amazing.
hmm
Like some people can literally judge food or judge a lot of things just based off by the way they're looking at it. When really you don't know until you actually do it, until you actually try it. Don't be a foodist, people. Don't be a foodist.
I was talking about at work the other day. There's like a small like Mexican food trailer, close to one of the power plants, and the guys were like, "Yeah, they sell these beef tongue tacos,"
Ooh.
and they were like, "Yeah, they look pretty gross,
They
but
look
they
pretty
taste pretty good."
Yeah.
So you never know. Somebody tried it and said, this is all right." I'm not dead, so I keep eating it.
Mm. Yeah, these apples are great. No regrets. No regrets. Alright. Back to paid programming to continue on this office tower here. Like I said, please, I hope you're not actually watching because I haven't been doing crap. There's nothing to watch on the video. At least this video. It's definitely more of a podcast. I haven't been doing crap. Like I said, I'm too distracted by like my cooking.
Brian, I'm super lost, man.
Uh-oh.
Totally lost.
Wait, are you still at the mansion?
No, I'm way away from the mansion.
Oh.
Do you happen to have a map on you that shows coordinates?
I do. I think it might be the map that... Oh, yeah, you went way over there. You went way over there.
So does because my map doesn't even show your dot on it.
Yeah. Well, I've got both of our dots on it, but we're both off the map.
Okay.
I know a roundabout area of where you're at. So I'm at the construction site. Let me head your way,
Now, my map shows coordinates on it.
Yeah.
So I guess if you tell me where you are, I can try and head in that direction.
Alright, let me get to the mountain home, because I feel like
Okay.
it would be closer to me.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. See, here's another reason why I like this version so much better. Is, like Justin said earlier, they wanted the Bedrock, or they got the Bedrock version here on PlayStation, but it's choppy, it's laggy, and one of the things that kills me is that like I'm riding on a train or I'm riding on a Minecraft cart.
Minecraft.
The Minecraft. Yeah. and